Students, now we will see few more problems. So far we have seen the axis perpendicular to HP, and that is inclined to HP and parallel to VP, and we will see few similar kind of problems when the axis is inclined to VP and parallel to HP. So that is another case, and how different orientations we obtain in this case, that also we will discuss. So rotating object method, it is also known as change of position method. So 34th problem we see here. A hexagonal prism of base side 25 mm and axis length of 50 mm. So base side is 25 mm, axis length is 50 mm, that is height, is lying on the HP on one of its rectangular faces with its axis inclined at 45 degrees to VP. When the axis is inclined to 45 degrees to VP, it means that you have to assume that the axis is perpendicular to VP first, right? So when the axis is perpendicular to VP, obviously the true shape should be drawn above XY reference line and on this orientation. It is lying on HP on one of its rectangular faces. So for prism, rectangular faces are lateral faces. So now it is lying and it is sleeping on rectangular face, right, in such a way that the axis is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. So first assume that the axis is perpendicular to VP and draw the hexagonal shape, and one edge you draw on XY reference line on HP, and then you continue the hexagon, complete the hexagon, and for that the corresponding top view should be drawn, right, simple top view. And now you have to tilt it, right, that top view to 45 degrees to VP, and then you have to complete the final front view projection. So this is the hexagon now, and it is sleeping on this face, lateral face. So give the notations. A1, A is in front, A B C D, that is alphabets are given in the front base, and backside base is given with the numerals. So mark the center, and this line should be thin line since it is prism, right, and draw the axis line, and now height is given, that is 50 mm. So 50 mm should be measured along axis, and draw this simple top view. So this is the simple top view. So now you are going to tilt this top view to 45 degrees to VP, right? So you have to reproduce this view. So draw a line here, right? So give the notations in simple top view, draw the axis line, and at 45 degrees now reproduce this view here, right? So measure this much and measure this much, right, from center towards 1 and from center towards 4, you measure and draw perpendicular to this line, right, perpendicular to this line. Either it can touch HP, that is VP, or even without touching that you can do little away. So it is better if you do a little away, right, that will give you a good and aesthetic look, and complete the tilted view. So this is the tilted top view. So this is, once you get tilted top view, students, now the steps and procedure is same as earlier problems. Now draw the projectors. Draw the projectors from simple front view. Draw the projectors from simple front view, and tilted top view. From tilted top view, draw the projectors, and here at 45 degrees, right, I am getting at the same point. You please cross check this, right? So this is my 1, and this is this is 6, right? This is 6, sorry, this is 2, and this is 6, right? This is 6, and this is A, and B, C, D, E, F, right? So E, F, and now these are the points. All outermost points should be connected with thick lines. All outermost points should be connected with thick lines. Now this is A is visible, right? A, whatever points you are connecting to A should be visible, right? And A is visible, A1 is also visible, and A21 is also visible. And here 5 3, right? These are the 5 3 connected to 4, they are invisible. So 5 to 4 is dotted line, 4 to 3 is a dotted line, and 4 to D, right? 4 to D is also a dotted line, right? A dotted line. Now I have completed all the lines, right? The required dotted line and thick line I have drawn. Right, so this is the 35th problem. A pentagonal prism of base side 25 mm and axis length 55 mm is resting on HP on one of its rectangular faces with its axis inclined at 45 degrees to VP. Draw its projections. So draw its front view, final front view you need to draw. So here also it is same, right? It is same as earlier problem, only difference is it is pentagonal prism, right? It is pentagonal prism. So now draw the simple top view of pentagonal prism. So this is the simple top view. Now the axis is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. Now draw the axis. So give the notations. So here D4, right, is visible, and C3 is invisible, B2 is also invisible, and E5 is a thick line that overlaps this axis line, right? And then this is visible edge, and this is 1A, 2B, 5E, C, 3C, 4D. And now draw the axis line. On this axis line, draw the reproduce this view. This view should be reproduced here. This view should be reproduced here, right? And you should do that carefully, right? You should do that carefully and reproduce all the lines. So this is 1A, 1 A1, and 2 1 B1, 5 1 E1, 3 1 E1, 4 1 D1. The corresponding front view. From front view, draw the projectors, and from top view, from tilted top view, draw the projectors and get the all the points. So this is your 1, right? This is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4, and you have 5, right? Similarly here this is A, right, and this is B, and this is C, and this is D, and this is E. And now connect all the outermost points with thick lines. So these thick lines should be connected, and A1 B1 should be connected with thick line, and A1 1 1, right, A1 1 1 should be connected with thick line. And here 3 4 5, right, 3 4 5 are invisible, right, and those should be connected with the dotted line, right, dotted line. And 4 to D, right, 4 to D is also a dotted line, right. So this much is overlapped, so it looks like a thick line, but underneath that you have a dotted line. So this is the final projection for this pentagonal prism. Now 36th problem. A square pyramid of base side 30 mm and axis length 50 mm rests on HP on one of its base edge, right? It is resting on base edge. Draw its projections when the solid axis is inclined at 45 degrees to VP and parallel to HP. So this is the square pyramid. You have to draw the square in such a way that it is resting on HP on its base edge, right? So this is the base edge on which it is resting, and it is pyramid. Draw thick lines, right? Connect O, right, O dash, and the corresponding top view, simple top view is a simple triangle, right? It is isosceles triangle. So this is DA, and CB, you get O. Now reproduce this 45 degrees to VP. So this is 45 degrees to VP. Draw this line somewhere away, and this height can be measured along this line, and you can join the apex, right? You mark all the points and draw the corresponding projectors from simple front view and tilted top view. So you will get all the points here. So this is D, and you have A here, and you have B, and this is C, and you get O here, right? This is O dash, O1 dash. Now connect all the outermost points with thick lines, all outermost points with thick lines. Now this is CB, CO and BO is already connected, so no need to worry. And DO, right? DO is visible, it should be connected with thick line. And CB is a dotted line, CB is a dotted line, and DO is a thick line, AO is a thick line. So this is the final projection. This is the final projection in front view. In front view. So in next problem, it is 37th problem. A pentagonal pyramid of base side 25 mm and axis length 55 mm rests on the HP on one of its base edges. So draw its projections when the solid axis is inclined at 40 degrees to VP and parallel to HP. So very similar to earlier problem. So draw the pentagon. It is pentagon pyramid. Earlier case we have seen pentagonal prism. So draw the pentagon, and here it is pyramid. So you are supposed to draw thick lines here. It is just a pyramid, and you can get the pyramid top view here. It is an isosceles triangle, and draw the invisible edges, that is OB and OC are invisible edges. And now draw the tilted view, right? This is the tilted view at 40 degrees to VP, and the same view I am reproducing here. So the points are marked here with the 1, suffix 1, and the corresponding projectors you have to draw, right? And the points you have to project onto final front view. So this is your A1 dash, and this is your B1 dash, and this is C1 dash, D1 dash, E1 dash, and O1 dash. So this is E1 dash, right? So a line is missing here. It is E1 dash. Now project it and connect these points properly. And D is connected to C, D is connected to E, right? They are invisible edges, right? They are invisible edges. So this is E1, right? So this is invisible edges. Now this is visible edge, right? So all base points should be connected to apex. So connect all the points to apex, and the A to O should be thick line, and B to O should be thick line, and C to O should be a dotted line, but it is outermost line, so no need to worry about it. And DO is the dotted line, right? So this is the final front view of this problem, right? So the next problem is 38th problem. A hexagonal pyramid of base height 25 mm and axis length of 55 mm rests on the HP on one of its base edges. Draw its projection when the solid axis is inclined at 30 degrees to VP and parallel to HP. So it is also a very similar problem, but only difference is it is hexagonal pyramid. Just I will rush through the steps. So it is a pyramid. Draw its simple top view, right? Simple top view, and give the notations. So here reproduce this view here, reproduce the view, and mark all the points, right? Mark all the points, and draw the projectors from simple top view, simple front view, and tilted top view, and mark the points, right? This is O1 dash, and all outermost points you connect with thick lines. D is here, which is invisible point. Whatever edges connecting to D, they are all invisible edges. So E to D should be dotted line, and F to O should be thick line, and A to O also thick line, right? A to O is also thick line. So before so D to O is a dotted line, but that is overlapped by this A to O line, so no problem, you can leave it. So this is the final front view. This is final front view. 39th problem. It is a square prism of base height 35 mm and axis length 60 mm lies on HP on one of its longer edges, right? It is resting on longer edge, longer edge. So you have to draw the square in diamond shape above XY reference line in such a way that longer edge is lying on HP with its rectangular faces equally inclined to HP. Draw its projections when its axis is inclined to at 30 degrees to VP. So this is how you should draw the hexagon, right? So sorry, square. So this is the square, and this is the edge. This is the longer edge on which it is lying on HP. So draw the corresponding top view. This is the top view, right? It is a top view. Now reproduce this view here with respect to this 30-degree line to VP, right? 30-degree line to VP, reproduce that, and now you just mark all the points and draw projectors and get the points. So this is your S dash, and get all the points, and this side also you get the points A, B, C, D. Connect all the outermost points with thick lines, right? And Q is here. Whatever is connected to Q, they are invisible edges. And P to Q, Q to R, and Q to B. Q to B should be dotted line, right? Q to B should be dotted line. And C to D, D to A, and D to S should be thick line. Should be thick line. So this is the final front view. So this is final front view. So a pentagonal prism, right? It is a prism. Earlier also we have seen prism, right? Our base side 25 mm and axis length 55 mm lies on the HP on one of its lateral edge, right? So you have to tilt the pentagon, and you have to draw the pentagon in such a way that the corner touching the HP, right? The corner touching HP. So this is how, right? There is another condition given on one of its lateral edges in such a way that one of the rectangular face is perpendicular to HP. So this is the rectangular face which is perpendicular to HP. So now you have to take utmost care to draw this pentagon. So in this case, students, please listen. First draw the pentagon, right, in such a way that this edge is on right side, right? First complete this pentagon, right? Now draw the XY reference line by touching this point, right? You come in reverse order so that it will be very easy, right? So instead of drawing the XY reference line first, and if you try to draw pentagon, you will do some mistake, right? Definitely you may not get the correct pentagon. That's why if you come in this order, first draw the pentagon in such a way that this edge, right, is perpendicular to HP, and complete the pentagon, and then draw the XY reference line touching this point. There ends your problem. Very simple. You can make it simple in this way. Perpendicular to HP, draw its projections when solid axis is inclined at 40 degrees to VP. So draw the VP and parallel to HP. So this is the problem. Very simple if you come in this order, right? First draw the pentagon and then draw the XY reference line by touching this point, right? So that will be very simple, right? So now this face, lateral face, is perpendicular to HP now. So that is the condition that should be satisfied. Otherwise, marks, you will not get full marks. So this is the final top view, initial top view, right? It is initial top view. Now draw a 40-degree line. 40-degree remaining procedure is same, right? Only twist here in this problem is, right, this edge, right, this face is perpendicular to HP. So don't start in orthodox manner. You can start from true shape, and then you can draw the XY reference line touching AP edges, right? So now reproduce this view here. It is same as earlier problem, and give all the points. Now draw the projectors, and now mark all the points, right? So this is P, and this is Q, this is R, this is S, right? One side. Another side you can mark the points E, A, B, C, D, right? Draw outermost point should be connected with thick lines, and this is SR. So RQ are invisible points. Whatever edges connecting to RQ should be dotted line, and RC also dotted line, and QB also dotted line. Now E is a visible point, so D to E a thick line, E to A thick line, and E to T is also thick line. So this is the final front view, right? This is the final projection and front view. In this problem, please start only in that way to make it easy, right? 41st problem. A pentagonal prism of base side 25 mm and axis length of 55 mm lies on the HP on one of its lateral edges in such a way that the rectangular faces containing the lateral edge is equally inclined to HP. Right? It is very simple. You just mark a point on XY reference line and just inclined both inclined lines you can draw. Right? Otherwise, you can do in this way also. Draw the horizontal line here, complete a pentagon, right, and then draw the XY reference line. So that way in reverse order you can come, that will be easy, right? So instead of drawing here, right, so taking this angle, right, may be difficult, right? It is 72 degrees, right? So you can take this angle, right? So this is 108 degrees, right, and this is 108 degrees, and for this, right, it should be the angle. You should compute angle, right, to start in this procedure. Otherwise you can start here and draw the pentagon and then draw the XY reference line. That will be easiest way, right, to complete this problem, to start this problem. So mark the points and get all the points and draw the simple top view, and then project this, reproduce that view and get the final front view, right? So final front view, mark all the points, right? It is T and P, Q, R, S, right? Similarly here also you mark the points, and outermost points you connect with thick line, and Q is invisible point, so QR and PQ should be dotted line, and QB is also a dotted line, and DE is a thick line, EA is a thick line, right? And ET is a thick line, ET is a thick line. So this is the final front view. Now you can see this edge and this edge are equally inclined, right? So that is another condition given here, right? So that is also satisfied. This is the 41st problem. A pentagonal prism of side 25 mm and the axis 55 mm long is resting on a lateral edge on HP. The rectangular face containing that edge is inclined at 30 degrees to HP. Draw HP, and solid axis is inclined at 40 degrees to VP. So it is pentagonal prism, right? And on lateral edge, it is resting on lateral edge on HP. It is also a similar problem, and that edge is inclined at 30 degrees to HP, right? So it is clearly given one edge is making 30 degrees to HP. The orientation you have to draw, right? The pentagon you have to draw at 30 degrees. So this is the 30 degrees. Now here you have to draw the pentagon. So that is the difference between other problems and this problem. Now you can complete this problem very easily, right? So only this edge is invisible, that is dotted line, and now you have to draw the XY reference line, sorry, the 40-degree line, and that you have to reproduce this view, right, and draw that view. Now corresponding points you can project here as we did in all other problems, right? So mark the points, all the points, and that both sides, and connect all outermost points with thick lines, and here R is here, S is connected to R, so that should be dotted line. R is connected to Q, that should be dotted line. Q is connected to P, that should be dotted line, and Q is connected to B, that is dotted line. R is connected to C, that is also dotted line. and E is connected to D, that is thick line, E is connected to A, thick line, right, and E is connected to T, that is thick line. So this much are thick lines. So this is the final front view, final front view. 43rd problem. Draw the projections of a hexagonal prism of base height 20 mm and axis length 50 mm when it is lying on the ground on one of its lateral edges in such a way that the two rectangular faces containing the resting edge is equally inclined to HP. It is a very similar problem we did in earlier cases. The axis is inclined at 35 degrees to VP. So draw the hexagon in such a way that it should be drawn, right? It should be drawn equally inclined to HP, right? And then complete the hexagon. So this way you should draw the hexagon. Otherwise, take a vertical edge here and complete the hexagon, draw the XY reference line. So in these cases, when a point is touching the HP, right, when it is resting on corner, in these problems, you better draw the true shape and then draw the XY reference line. That way you can fine tune yourself to come to start these problems. It will be very convenient. So give the mark all the points, draw the front view on top view, simple top view, and now you draw the tilted top view. Draw the tilted top view. Now mark all the points, and now you will get the all the points here. So while marking, all outermost points should be connected with thick lines. Right now, T, S is nearer to this XY reference line, so they are invisible points, and A, B is far away, so they are visible points, and AP should be connected with thick line, BQ should be connected with thick line, right, and UT should be connected with dotted line, T should be connected to S with dotted line, S should be connected to S, R with dotted line, S should be connected to D with dotted line, T should be connected to E, and that should be a dotted line. So now it is equally inclined to HP. That is the condition given. That is also satisfied. 44th problem. A cylinder of base diameter 50 mm and axis length, that is height 60 mm, rests on the HP on one of its generators. So it is cylinder and it is sleeping on generator, right? So draw the projections when the cylinder axis is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. So it is again very simple problem. It is resting on generator. It is resting on generator. Draw the 12 equal parts, divide this into 12 equal parts. So the top view will be a rectangle here, and draw the generators also, and now tilt it to 30 degrees, tilt it to 30 degrees. Now give the points and project onto front view, right? This is the final front view we are getting here, and the points you mark here, all 12 points on both sides, totally 24 points you need to mark. You do it patiently, right? It is very important, so that you will get very fine curve, and that will fetch you very good marks, right? So outermost points you connect with thick arc, and 4 to D you connect with thick line, and D to G, right, you connect with the thick line up to J, thick arc, and then draw the straight line. So outermost points I have connected with thick line, and now 10 to 7 and 7 to 4, these are invisible points. You connect with the dotted curve, right? Dotted curve here, and these are visible points. You connect with the thick curve, right? Thick curve. So now you can draw the generators also, right? You can complete the problem. So this is the final front view of this cylinder. So when you get cylinder, it is simple, and there is no question of mistake, right? Because there are no edges or corners. It will be resting on only circumferential point or generator. So when you get cylinder and cone, easily you can do, but more process, more lines you need to draw, right? You have to draw carefully. So it involves more work, but there is no question of mistake in these cases. We will see one more problem. a square pyramid of base side 30 mm and axis length 50 mm rests on the HP on one of its base corners with a base side containing the resting corner, makes an angle of 35 degrees with HP. Draw its projections when the solid axis is inclined to VP. The vertex is away from the VP, right? So the vertex is away from VP. You have to draw it away, right? It is a square pyramid and the height is given 50 mm. It is resting on base corner, right? It is resting on base corner with a base side containing the resting corner, makes an angle of 35 degrees. So you draw a point and draw a 35 degree line and then complete the square, right? So now this is how you should start. At 35 degrees draw the base line, right? Base of the pyramid, and now you complete the square. Now this is the orientation. This is the orientation. Now draw the simple top view, right? A simple top view, and this edge OA is invisible. OA should be drawn with dotted line, and now this is the axis line, and this is the pyramid, right? A tilted view. So D1, A1, C1, and O1. Now draw the projectors and complete the final front view. So this is D, and this is A is here, right? This is A1, and this is B1, and this is C1, and this is O1. You connect all outermost points with thick lines, right? A to B, B is here, right? B is invisible point. So C to B should be dotted line, and B to A should be dotted line, and B to O also should be dotted line, and D to O should be thick line. D to O should be thick line. So this is the final front view. So this is how we should solve this problem, students. We will see a few more types of problems in next session.